Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Dial N. Ngayong gabi po, hindi ko kasama yung aking co-host, si Manuling Morato. He has some very important things to do. But nonetheless, I have invited a very, very wonderful person. She's a personal friend. She's also an executive of PCSO. And she will be my co-host for tonight. So, siya po ay si Miss Tess Brazil. Tess, welcome. Baka gusto mo naman batiin yung audience natin.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat at ako po ay naimbitahan nga ni Miss Maggie ngayong gabi para po makasama ninyo at makapanayam sa gabing ito.
Tess, would you like to introduce them?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we're really lucky. We're privileged to have with us this evening. Let me start off with Engineer Ramon Mendoza. Engineer. He is the chairman of MD Pro-Life. Katabi po naman ni Engineer Mendoza is Dr. Delicia Flor Yabut Perea, who is an OB gynecologist of the Fertility Crusaders Clinic in Tamuning, Quezon City. And of course, the third but not the least is Dr. Isabelo Bascugin, a medical researcher. Magandang gabi po sa inyo.
So, good evening. Perhaps we can start by, baka naman pwede ho natin, in a nutshell, paliwanag lang natin kung ano po itong transfer factor. Yes?
Engineer Mendoza.
Engineer Mendoza, can we hear from you?
All right. Maybe we can also show a little video about it later on.
Oo, mamaya meron tayong video na ipapakita.
Yeah. Okay, transfer factor is a tiny molecule. It is found in the mother's milk during the first 3 days upon birth. And it is also found in the...
Pwede po natin Tagalogin.
Ito po ay natatagpuan din doon sa unang gatas ng baka at doon din sa itlog ng manok. Kaya itong mga molecules ito ay napakaliit lang. Pero ang power po nito, inililipat niya yung immunity, no? From one being to the other. Kaya napaka-powerful po nito para ito yung talagang unang immunity natin, no? Nung tayo maniliit pa lang. So, ang power nito sa mga baby, talagang nabubuhay sila for the next 6 months. Kaya tinesting ito sa mga baka. In fact, nung pinanganak yung baka, nung ihiwalay ito ng mga scientists, without the milk, no, of the cow, which is the first 5 days of milk, yung baka patay in 6 months. Kaya, kung titignan natin, ito yung first food nating lahat. Kumbaga, the very beginning of transfer factor dates back to the beginning of time, when we were created. So, kung papansin nyo, ito ay T cells. Kung makikita nyo ito, no? Ito'y gumagalaw, no? Ito ang focus ng transfer factor. Yung mga T cells na pumapatay ng mga cancer cells, kung nakikita niyo sa screen ngayon, yan po yung focus natin sa transfer factor. Ginagawa natin siyang mas malakas at mas matindi by 437% immune boosting power. Kaya wala pong cancer cell na magsusurvive pag may transfer factor sa katawan ng tao.
Yun po yung pinaliwanag ko kanina na yung ating killer cells that kill infection and kill cancer are doing its job in that video that you have just shown.
Yes, Maggie. Kasi this is what's happening in the body. If the T cells, which is supposed to kill cancer cells, is activated by transfer factor, then there will be no more cancer cells. So, it is the body healing itself. Kaya ang transfer factor po, available ito upon birth. Ngayon, yung mga mommy, yan ang obligation ng bawat nanay sa kanyang anak. Kaya ang bawat baby, ang bawat nilalang, ay may karapatan na dapat padidihin siya. Ang problema nowadays, may mga magulang, may mga nanay na ayaw. Ewan ko kung bakit. Mas obedient pa ang mga baka. Bakit? Lahat po ng baka nagpapadede. O ngayon, anong nangyayari sa human race? Nagkakasakit, na-hospitalize. Tingnan nyo, walang baka sa hospital. So, ibig sabihin, itong mga baka at ang mga hayop ay mas obedient sila, natatransfer yung transfer factor nila from mother to baby. Kaya ngayon, kung ito ang magiging source natin, ready ang ating immunity for all kinds of invasions. Ibig sabihin, kapag ang mga T-cells natin ay marurunong na dahil sa transfer factor na galing, ito ay kinukuha natin sa immunity ng baka at ng manok. Kasi of all thousands of animals, sila ang pinakamaraming immunity. Bakit? Kasi yung mga baka, mga manok, kumakain ng pagkain na nasa lupa. Ay yung lupa, nandun lahat ng virus at bacteria at parasites. Kaya pag ito, kinain ng baka at manok, yung food nila ay maraming virus at bacteria. Kaya kung wala silang transfer factor immunities, wala ng baka ngayon. Kaya tama lang na piliin natin yung baka at manok, magiging source ng mga transfer factors ng para sa tao, para shortcut na. Lahat ng exposure na sa mga disease, mga virus, mga bacteria na wala pa sa libro, nasa kanila na immunity.
So, Doktora, I understand that you had a personal experience with this transfer factor. So, could you share it with our audience kung ano yung nangyari sa inyo?
At first, I'm very skeptical. I was skeptical about it because as a doctor, alam nyo na kung ano na naman yang ibibigay sa akin na yan. Ano? Sabi ng aking kaibigan, you try it. Doktor sa amin, sa dentist sa aming clinic, sabi, Comadre, you try it. Sabi, kasi nakahusay sa akin, nakagaling sa akin. Sabi ko, nako, ayoko niyan. So, inisnab ko yon ng primero, no? Ngayon, nung hindi na ako makagulapay sa pains, kasi ang aking vertebral column, yung lumbar, 5th and 4th lumbar vertebrae, nag-degenerate. So, naipit yung ugat ko. So, I was in pains, excruciating pain, may sciatica and spondylitis. And sabi ng doktor sa akin, kung hindi maalis ang NSAIDs, no, yung mga steroids, antibiotics, lahat yon, including yung pampatulog na dahil hindi na ako makatulog, ay operahan kita. Sabi gano'n, nako, sabi ko, imagine sa spinal cord yan, no? Baka ako hindi na lalo, maparalyze na ako. And with the 8 operations I had, I'm a survivor, cancer survivor, breast cancer and uterine cancer. At marami akong sakit. May diabetes ako at meron akong hypertension na 3-drug therapy. No? Ngayon, nung napilitan akong inumin ng transfer factor because of desperation, talagang hindi na ako makapag-clinic. Nako, sabi ko, ano na ba itong buhay kong ito? I-wheelchair na ba ako? So, noong inumin ko, siyam agad. Dahil ang binigay sa akin, siyam ang instruction, take 3 capsules in the morning in an empty stomach, sa tanghali at sa gabi. Out of desperation nga, sabi nila, walang overdose kasi milk naman yan, colostrum yan. Ininom ko lahat. And then I wrote a letter, sabi ko, Dear June, yung aking asawa, ang ininom ko transfer factor. Sisihin mo ang for life kasi kung ano man ang mangyayari sa akin. So, but the next day, nakabangon ako, still with pain. Pero nabawasan. And I was able to go down from the 3rd floor where I have my house. And then, pumunta ako sa clinic. Dati nakaganyan ako para akong lagi isang position lang. Ngayon, nakakaikot na ako sa clinic. Sabi ko, tawagin mo yung ano na yan, yung nagkukuha niyan, yung mga nagbibigay niyang transfer factor na yon at gusto ko ituloy. So, I took it since then, primero mega dose, tapos sumunod, ini-reduce ko ang dose. Ngayon, 1 capsule na lang in the morning, in the evening. Talaga pala, ang immune system ko lumakas. Yung lahat naman kasi ng condition sa katawan natin na merong talagang inflammation, talagang magaling siya. Talagang, pati diabetes ko na-control, pati hypertension ko na-control, 110/70, tapos ang aking is only 8. So sabi ko, talagang itutuloy ko ito and I will recommend it to all my patients and I even really want doctors talagang nila ito, subukan as an adjuvant therapy. Hindi mo naman hihinto yung ibang gamot Adjuvant therapy sa mga iniinom na gamot. And nako, talagang magaling.
So, I would also like to ask Isabelo Bascuguin, medical researcher. I understand that transfer factor addresses so many diseases like diabetes, psoriasis, cancer, even stage 1, 2, 3, 4 of cancer.
Leprosy.
Ha?
Even leprosy, I've read
Mamaya
something about
magpapakita yata kayo ng video ng leprosy.
Opo.
Actually, isi-share ko lang ito, no? One of my friends, binigyan ko nitong transfer factor kasi meron siyang psoriasis.
Yes.
And nanunood siya ngayon kasi marami na siyang sugat. Tapos, actually, kumikirot na. And sabi niya, natuyo raw lahat. And she's feeling so well, pati yung appetite niya bumalik at saka pati nakakalakad na siya, hindi na siya masyadong mahina. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of these cancer patients or whatever.
Be addressed by transfer factor.
Maski po yung mga ongoing mga flu, virus, mga ganyan. Ang intriguing fact, reality is, tatlong bagay ang nagkokos ng mga karamdaman. Yung viral, bacterial infection, at saka yung immunity disorder.
Okay.
At sa tatlong ito, lubhang naging popular ang paggamit ng mga antibiotics. Steroids, lahat ng mga yon na in long term ay mas marami ring naibibigay na side effect, bad effects. Ang mga bacteria, pinapatay pati yung mga normal flora sa ating mga sikmura. Kaya ang nagtatribe yung mga fungi, mga ibang virus na nagkokos ng iba pang diseases. Kaya nga doon sa study ng mga sa journal ng American Medical Society, meron silang report na yearly ang death toll nila sa wrong surgery na hindi kailangan, ay maabot ng mga 12,000 a year at mga 106,000 death sa mga related sa mga wrong or negative results of prescriptions. Kaya sa ganitong paraan, dumating ang maraming mga problema katulad ng H5N1, yung ating influenza virus ng 2004. At by this time, na-realize na ang immunity ay isang malaking factor. Kaya pinokus talaga, even the Bush administration at that time spent $7.1 billion just for this pandemic disease. Pero doon sa apat na na-approve na antiviral, dalawa ang hindi effective. At yun ay napatunayan nila. Isa na dito yung, if I may mention the generic, yung oseltamivir, ay napatunayan nila na hindi. At ang kadahilanan ay ang napakabilis na pag-mutate ng mga infection ng microorganism. So that, pagkatapos matapos ang mga research nila, mutated na. So hindi na effective. Kaya isang malaking idea ito sa ating ongoing naman ngayon na H1N1. That was H5N1. Yung avian flu before. Ngayon, ang ating influenza is H1N1 na siguro i-consider natin yung mabilis na pag-mutate upang maging effective ang ating mga ginagamit. At napakahusay din ito kasi nga, at this time, lumabas ang ating technology ng transfer factor, which is talagang napakabisa upang turuan yung mga immune system natin na nawawala sa landas. Yung mga dapat nilang gawin tulad ng mga killer cells, yung mga natural, mga NK cells, mga ganyan, iba na ang ginagawa. Kaya nagre-resulta ito sa mga sakit. At ang transfer factor, isang maliit na molecule na na-discover ito at naging very, very effective sa ganitong pamamaraan. At maging sa mga sakit sa ating utak, napakagaling po nito.
Sa utak?
Opo. Yung mga iba-ibang brain-related diseases.
Tess, do you have a
Okay.
question before we break?
Napaisip lang po ako kasi ngayon yung swine flu. Di po ba? And mukhang nagkakaubos na rin yata ng gamot na Tamiflu. I've read it somewhere. So I'm just wondering, no? Even in the States, I know that you have may transfer factor po doon. Siguro mas magandang gamitin nila ito. Para kasi yung immune system, if I got you right, no? pinapalakas ang immune system. And aside from that, naisip ko rin po, tayo mga Pilipino, mahilig tayo mag self-prescription eh. Kaya nga po, ay, magaling sa yung antibiotic, yan ang gagamitin ko. And therefore, naaabuso rin po yung paggamit ng antibiotics, kaya yung ating, tama po ba yung doktora? Yung immunity, resistance natin sa
Resistance.
ano
Saka
to?
yung antibiotics,
Yes.
importante rin gamitin yon,
Opo.
no? Eka nga, adjuvant therapy, itong transfer factor. Kung ano yung hindi napalis ng antibiotics, itong immune system natin, ang siya rin naman,
Ang siya rin.
our first and last line of defense, no?
Okay.
Kaya yung antibiotics makakatulong, hindi naman talagang aalisin. Kaya wag mag-worry yung mga doktor, baka sabihin, mawalan na kami ng hanap buhay, hindi na kami makakapagbigay ng chemotherapy, hindi na kami makakapag-opera, no? Hindi po, kasi ginagamit yan talaga para lumakas yung immune system just in case maoperahan sila o kaya sila ay mag-chemotherapy din, ay mas lesser ang mga side effects at saka mas lalong gumagaling ang
So,
pasyente.
we're going to pause for a break. We'll be right back. And after our break, we're going to show you some videos. Meron lang pong babasahin si Tess.
Meron pong phone-in na meron pong tumawag, no? Si Miss Marjeline Palo ng Barangay Santiago, Malbar, Batangas. Sabi po niya, good evening, Dial M. Gusto ko lang pong magpasalamat kay Director Manuling Morato dahil sa transfer factor na binigay niya po sa akin. Ako po ay bedridden at na-diagnose na may brain cancer, pero sa awa po ng Diyos ay nakakalakad na ako ngayon. Walang-wala po kasi kaming pera para sa aking pagpapagamot, kaya lubos ang aking pagpapasalamat sa tulong na binigay niyo po sa akin.
Actually,
So ito ay patotoo na po ito, no?
nakatanggap po kami ng mga tanong kay Ms. Tess Brazil, pero dahil pagpapatuloy po natin itong transfer factor, and Tess will be with me next week. So we will have her answer these questions. But anyway, I'd like to acknowledge Aida of Cainta, Tina of Cubao, Father Ricardo Barbajo, and also si Danny David. We will address all of your concerns next Monday. So I would like to address a question to you, which we were talking about before. Yes, oo. Di ba sabi mo, kasi meron akong kaibigan na inoperahan. She has a brain tumor and unfortunately it was malignant. And I understand you had a similar case. Could you please share with us what happened to this boy that you gave transfer factor to?
All right. There's this boy, 19-year-old boy in Batangas. I went there about a month ago. Itong batang ito, 19 years old, meron po siyang brain tumor. At ang nangyari dito, itong batang ito, na-comatose. Talagang natulog na for about 2 months, no? So, iyak ng iyak yung magulang, yung nanay niya, iyak ng iyak. Kung may pag-asa pa ba ito, kung anong pang gagawin nila. So, sinubukan NGT, no, dito. Dito dinaan, no? Minsan nga, binubuksan na lang yung bibig. Tapos doon nilagay yung transfer factor. In just 1 week, nagulat sila. Dahil yung nanay, pagpasok doon sa room, abay, nakaupo na yung bata. So, nagpapatunay lang na ang transfer factor ay nakakatulong kahit na comatose na, no? At yung mga may stroke, dahil nga sa heart problem, yun, lumalakad in 3 weeks. May ipapakita ko po sa inyo yung chart ng puso, no? Papakita natin yung heart, no? So, let's look at the video. Makikita natin yung heart natin, ang problema talaga
Can
ng
we show
heart
the
disease,
video?
yung problema sa puso, ay ang dahilan talagang numero 1 ay ang bakterya. Alam niyo po yung bakterya ay galing po yan sa taba ng baboy, no? Kahit pakuluan pa yan ng 3 hours, may mga bakteryang buhay pa rin. Sabi ng mga doctors ito, mga scientists. At kung makikita niyo po, yun, ang bakterya, ang culprit nito, no? Yun sa ngipin, marami rin, 700 ang type of bacteria sa ngipin, no? Kaya after my talk, magpabunot na po kayo. Ito po nangyayari sa loob, Ang bakterya na yan, sa loob ng puso, sa ugat mismo, sa coronary, no, artery, ay pwedeng mabaon siya doon. At mag-iimbita pa. Makikita nyo, mag-iimbita yan ng mga cholesterol, no? Yung mga good cholesterols, ino-oxidize yan, magiging LDL, so nagiging bad cholesterol. At pag dumami ho yan, yun ang mangyayari, nagiging plaque. So atherosclerosis na yan. Yung iba, pagka natuklap yan, stroke nga abutin. Kaya lang maganda dito, may good news tayo. Kapag itong nasa brain, umaabot na doon, nagkaroon ng stroke, ibig sabihin nun, yung dugo doon ay nagkumpol-kumpol, no two things can occupy space at the same time. Kaya ngayon, mag-a-act siya as tumor. Parang tumor siya. Na ang nangyayari tuloy, nagkaroon ng paralysis na gano'n. Kaya yun ang stroke. Now, with transfer factor, yung mga macrophages, yung mga kumakain ng debris, ma-activate. Kaya tatanggalin niya lahat yon. Kaya nakakalakad yung mga stroke victims in 3 weeks. So may pag-asa pa kahit na stroke na. Basta lang agapan agad. At ang maganda pa rito, yung iba, kasi nagpapa-angioplasty, no? Yung iba naman nagpapa-bypass surgery. No? So after bypass surgery, yung vein, ang nangyayari, nagiging ganun din. So nagkaroon ng plaque din, kaya bypass 2, bypass 3, bypass 4 until you pass. So
Pass
what
away.
is the permanent, or what is the better way kaya? So tignan natin, baka ang immune system naman natin ay may pag-asa. Tignan natin, yung immune system, kapag ito ay na-educate ng transfer factor, kasi ang transfer factor is educator po ito, no? Taga-educate kung nasaan yung mga bakterya. Kaya pag na-educate po, yan ang mangyayari. Makikita natin, pupuntahan niya ngayon bigla yung bakterya. In a span of just 2 to 3 hours, pwede siya ma-activate. Kaya pupuntahan ho niya sa loob yan at papatayin. Makikita niyo po, lalapit ngayon yung cells at papatayin ang bakterya. So once dead, lalabas uli yan. At ngayon, tuturuan naman yung mga cells na isuppress na kasi tama na yung pamamaga. Sabi niya, okay, tuturuan ng transfer factor yung mga suppressor cells na isuppress na para mawala na yung mga pamamaga. Kaya babalik ko sa normal ang artery natin and it's very natural. No? Kasi this product is naturally developed by the immune system. Kaya ang gumawa ho ng transfer factor, ang sarili nating body. Kaya wala po itong chemical. Hindi rin po siya drug. So we do not claim to be a cure. No, we are not a cure. We are the key to help the immune system cure itself, cure the body itself. So it is the immune system. We all believe in that, di ba? Na ang immune system is the strongest weapon we have against any disease. So with transfer factor, magiging times 437% immune boost pa siya, which really the highest when it was compared, no, with other supplements. So 3 things na gagawa ng transfer factor. Educate, tuturuan yung mga cells kung nasan yung virus, bacteria, cancer cells. And pangalawa, enhance by 437% and then balance. Ito nang pag nag-uusapan natin yung balancing. Kasi ito yung pangatlo, which is very effective. Now, yung balancing po, ibig sabihin nito, ibabalance yung lahat yung mga nagwawala, yung mga nagra-riot ng mga cells natin. Walang bacteria, walang virus, pero sila mismo nag-aaway. Pag nangyari po yan, autoimmunity po yan. So example lang, yung pancreas. Kapag yung pancreas po, nag-aaway yung mga cells, diabetes yun. Pag sa tuhod, arthritis. Pag sa hininga, asthma. Sa balat, eczema. Psoriasis. Yun. Tapos yun namang infertility. Yung infertility pala, autoimmunity din. Paglabas ng ovum, sabi ng iba, blighted ovum yun. Pero actually, ang totoo dito, kinakain siya ng kapwa cell. Kaya hindi mabuo yung baby. Kaya ngayon, si Dr. Perea, meron siyang 4 na nabuntis na ngayon because of transfer factor.
Would you like to share that with
Oo,
us,
can you share
Doktora?
that, Doc?
Kasi sila, pumunta sa akin noon, nag-blighted ovum na, no? Blighted ovum diagnosis. Ngayon, sabi ko, pinagtatawag ko sila dahil hindi ko talaga mapabuntis eh. Laging merong sabi, bakit bugok na itlog? Yun ang tawag namin, ano? Yun pala, along the way, yung immune system, hindi sila nagpa-function na mabuti, na hindi nila nakikilala yung egg, no? So, kakagatin nila yon. So, pagka na nag-ano sila, yung na-fertilize, hindi sila maganda. Kaya tinatawag namin bugok na itlog, yung blighted ovum. Yung pala nasaktan, so hindi sila ngayon magandang ma-fertilize, no? Or yung fertilized egg, no? And tapos na, no? Implant na lang. Nako, doon na ngayon kakanain niyang ano niyan, ng mga ating mga bobo na immune system ang tawag ko doon. Hindi nila makilala yung good or bad sa na nag-circulate sa katawan. So ang mangyayari, yun, nakukunan, no? Doon ako lang ang siyempre may iba pang mga kondisyones bakit nagkakaganon. Pero alam mo nung bigyan ko ng transfer factor, ayun, 4 ngayon yung buntis ko. Sinimulan ko lang yun ng February. Yung isa, epilepsy nga ang pagkakabigay ko ng gamot dahil wala yung doktor na neurologist. Sabi sa akin, pwede ba yung kapatid ko bigyan ko? O de binigyan. Aba, after 2 weeks, nabuntis. Sabi ko, naku, yan ang epekto ka ako ng transfer factor. Sabi niya, hindi bali po kasi 3 years old na yung anak ko. So, iyon. Meron naman yung mga tinatawag nilang egg, itong ovarian cysts. Marami ako nun. Yun ang maraming talagang lumiliit, nawawala. Mga mayoma na medyo nag-umpisa pa lang, nawawala din. Kaya sabi ko, naku, ano kaya ang ito talagang miracle molecule para sa akin. And ni-study ko ngayon yan. May mga ko ngayon, no? Ginagawaan ko talaga ng paper para ma-present ko sa kanila so that I could present it also to other doctors, to other gynecologists and obstetrician, no?
So thank you for your sharing. I think, Tess, you're going to share kasi you've been using transfer factor
Yes,
also.
I am. I've been using transfer factor for some months na po. Kasi asthmatic po ako since maliit pa ako eh. And actually, it was Chairman Morato who gave me, kasi alam niya asthmatic ako. Sabi niya, just try it. So, binigyan niya po ako. But since then, up to now, I never had a single attack and I'm very thankful that
How
I've
many
been using
times
the
a day?
I started, isa-isa, no? 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And then there was a time na, una sabi ni Chairman sa akin, 2. So I took 2 in the morning, 2 at night. Sabi niya, hindi, gawin muna isa. So, ganun po ang
Isa-isa.
ginawa ko, isa-isa. But, ang nakita ko talagang pagbabago sa akin, na wala yung madali kasi ako mahapo eh. No? Pag akit ko ng hagdanan, hingal ako. But that's one thing na nakita kong nawala sa akin. And one thing yun na nga, never did I have asthmatic attack. So, I'm very thankful for that product.
So I'd also like to ask Engineer Mendoza. Can you, Engineer Mendoza, Mr. Isabelo Bascuguin, about how transfer factor can help diabetes. Kasi marami kaming diabetics.
Ang diabetes is actually classified under autoimmune disease. So yun yung in-explain sa atin kanina na yung mga nagwawalang disoriented na mga killer cells is attacking the pancreas cells. And then eventually will cause the disease, the diabetes. And it's very, very common. Napakarami, especially sa Asia, ang bilis-bilis ng paglago ng statistics ng diabetes, especially the juvenile diabetes. At this could be a factor sa talagang yung immunity nila ay napapabayaan. Mas nako-concentrate sa ibang ways of medication, especially what we explained, yung mga antibiotics na sometimes hindi naman needed at ang natitira ay mas iba pang mga diseases.
Yes, Engineer.
Yung dengue, tag-ulan na naman ngayon, di ba?
Yes.
Medyo magastos din ang dengue. Pero pag transfer factor ang gagamitin, isang araw lang ang dengue. Kasi may mga case kami, no? Proven na ito sa mga marami ng hospitals, no? Sinubukan namin. In fact, yung iba nga halos wala ng platelet count eh. Yung isa, say 5,000 na lang ang platelet count niya, ang normal nasa 300,000. Bumuti pa after mga 2 to 3 days. Lumabas na ng hospital. Kaya ngayon, tag-ulan ngayon, gamitin agad ang transfer factor. And meron pa, marami pa tayong mga autoimmune disorders, no? Meron din isang tao na may sakit, yung dila namumula, yung bibig namumula, ang tawag doon, Kawasaki disease. Mga nasa 135,000 ang treatment noon. Pero sa transfer factor, 8 capsules lang, 1 day lang. So, inabot lang ng 300 pesos, mga ganun lang. So, makakatipid, even cancer patients nakakatipid sila. Kasi ang total healing, nasa mga 1/10 lang ng cost ng usual regimen sa hospital. Ito alam naman natin, mother of skin disease.
Yes.
Kaya kung ang mother of skin disease gumagaling, lalo na kaya yung mga smaller diseases like psoriasis, mga eczema, sandali na lang yon. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Frozen na yung kanyang kamay kasi for 12 years gano'n, no? Halos wala na. Hindi na nakakamove ito. So makikita natin with transfer factor, sandali lang yun ang chart niya, no? Marami siyang gamot na tinake pero walang nangyari, naging worse pa siya. So with transfer factor, in 3 months, ito nangyari sa kanya.
Okay.
Yan, masayang-masaya na yung bata. So, before and after, those are the pictures. At lumanda na yung kanyang balat ngayon.
Okay.
So, itong mga batang ito ngayon ay breadwinner na. Now, what can we say about chemotherapy? Well, it is a choice of the patient. Our product it will only cost you about 10% of that. So, thank you.
So actually, this is so interesting pero napakahaba kasi nitong subject matter natin. So perhaps in the future we can invite them again. And
Yes.
marami pong tumatawag sa amin. Hindi na po natin masasagot lahat itong mga tanong, but please be with us again on Dial M next Monday and we will address all your questions. So we'd like to thank our guests. Thank you very much for being here. And rest assured that a lot of people have been calling in. Perhaps you can give your telephone numbers before we part.
It's already.
Would you like to
being
say it out loud while it's being flashed? Okay.
May telephone number.
Okay, so pwede po kayong tumawag dito sa mga numbers na ito kung meron pa kayong mga tanong, kung gusto niyo pong bumili sa kanila ng transfer factor dahil hindi po ito nabibili sa mga tindahan. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend, not a great weekend, a great week ahead of you. And belated Happy Mother's Day, which was yesterday, to all the mothers out there. Thank you very much, Tess, for being my
Thank you, ma'am.
co-host.
Thank you.
And thank you for gracing our show.
For many years, research scientists have been searching for ways to educate and to vitalize the natural defensive system in our bodies called the immune system. Never has this quest been more important than now. It is accepted that we are losing the war against infectious disease. Many medical scientists and practitioners have resigned themselves to the fact that it is not if, but when, the next worldwide pandemic strikes, for which we will have no protection. Because our ability to produce more powerful antibiotics and antivirals is being overtaken by the speed which the germs that threaten us have demonstrated in producing new and ever more lethal strains. Around the world, literally billions have been spent on the research and treatment of cancer, yet the death rate hasn't significantly changed. Autoimmune diseases and allergies are becoming accepted as almost the norm because of the increasing number of people who suffer from these conditions. So what must we do? Stand idly by and accept as inevitable that we are increasingly vulnerable? Fortunately, because of new discoveries that you need to know about, the answer is no. We don't have to accept such an outcome. We can empower our immune systems in order to give us and our family and friends and everyone we can share this information with the optimal opportunity to live the long and healthy life that we desire and deserve. Because of transfer factors. Transfer factors are nature's gift to us. They've been available to us for as long as life has existed on this earth, but only recently have we discovered their empowering role for our immune systems. In 1949, a researcher in South Carolina named H. Sherwood Lawrence was trying to understand how a person can become immune to a disease, how one's body can recognize and respond to a threat without becoming ill from that threat. So Dr. Lawrence found a lab assistant who had been exposed to tuberculosis. He knew this because that individual, when given something called a tuberculin skin test, reacted positively by whelping up in the area of the TB skin test injection. And then Dr. Lawrence tested other assistants until he found one who had a negative TB skin test, which meant that individual had never been exposed to tuberculosis. So Dr. Lawrence drew some blood from the TB skin test positive individual and processed it by spinning it in a centrifuge to separate the white blood cells, the germ-fighting cells called lymphocytes, from the red blood cells. And he took the white blood cells and by further processing broke their cell walls and removed the fluid and collected the fluid from within those fractured lymphocytes. And he put the fluid into a syringe and he injected it into the assistant who had never been exposed to tuberculosis, and waited. It was really a pretty nervy thing to do. 2 days later, he did a TB skin test on the assistant who had never been exposed to tuberculosis. And lo and behold, the skin test whelped up, and he or she reacted just as if they had been exposed to tuberculosis. Dr. Lawrence had transferred the recognition of the tuberculosis germ from one who had been exposed to tuberculosis to one who had never been exposed. He didn't understand exactly what had happened. He just knew he had transferred something, some factor, from one individual to another, and by doing so, he had transferred the ability to recognize a germ, tuberculosis, in an individual who hadn't had prior exposure. And thus the term transfer factor was introduced into the scientific world. Over the next several decades, millions of dollars were spent on transfer factor research, and over 3,000 papers were written. But the process of producing transfer factors was very expensive and time-consuming. Use of transfer factors was mainly confined to the lab, and the public was unaware of the potential health benefits that transfer factors offered. In 1989, 2 researchers in South Carolina made a very important discovery. Doctors Wilson and Paddock found that transfer factors were abundant in the first maternal milk, called colostrum, that's produced right at and right after birth. Further research revealed that all mammals produce transfer factors that are molecularly identical. It was discovered that Mother Nature has devised a method for the mother to pass on her immune system knowledge to her newborn by nursing. This first benevolent act by the mother enables the newborn, thrust from a warm, sterile environment of the womb to a harsh, cold world filled with germs, to survive. Let's examine exactly how this happens. Chickenpox is a good example to use because before the chickenpox vaccine, most people contracted this viral illness. But extremely rarely did anyone have a second bout with chickenpox. Why? Why not develop the illness over and over? Because the individual may have been exposed to chickenpox dozens, hundreds of times after that first episode. On the screen, you'll see a diagram which demonstrates how one builds up immunity to a disease. The straight line highlighted is a time sequence from the exposure to a disease until the immune system begins to respond. In this instance, it would be while the person with chickenpox was breaking out in little red bumps, which transformed to multiple itchy blisters. After several days, the immune system cells, which you see highlighted, begin to multiply. And once sufficient immune system cells have been created, you begin to win the battle, and the chickenpox virus is defeated. The blisters scab over, and eventually you get well. Your immune system ultimately protected you, but not before you went through some pretty miserable days of illness. So what then occurred? Your immune system stored the memory of the chickenpox virus in special immune system cells, which we refer to as, quite appropriately, memory cells. Later, you can walk into a room full of people with chickenpox and remain totally unconcerned, because now your body's immune system has knowledge about the identifying features of the chickenpox virus. And so, even though the chickenpox virus frequently tried to attack you again, it was unsuccessful, because each time it entered your body, the particular immune system memory cell that carried the identity of the virus instantly alerted its fellow immune system cells, and a huge number of fighters was produced, which overwhelmed the hapless chickenpox virus. And you didn't even know that you'd been exposed. You never became ill. You can see the short line in what is called a secondary immune response as compared to the time sequence when you became ill, that primary immune response. This makes sense, doesn't it? What would be our quality of life if we became ill over and over with the same disease? We'd be ill all of the time. But by having an immune system that can remember prior illnesses, we can develop what is called resistance, or immunity to that disease. And what we've discovered is that the little protective memory molecule that provides us protection is that factor that Dr. Lawrence transferred from the person who had been exposed to tuberculosis to the person who hadn't been exposed. Memory molecules, which give us early recognition and a quick response to a disease threat, are called transfer factors. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had a factory containing machines where we could produce transfer factors, so that we could consume them and have them in our bodies without having to go through the misery of having a disease like chickenpox? Well, the good news is that such factories exist. They are called dairy farms or hen houses. And the machines? Milk-producing cows and egg-laying chickens.
American Medical Review is a national platform where science and art meet, where improving and preserving health and wellness takes center stage, where the spotlight seeks out and shines on the healers and innovators. These editorial profiles, presented on national television, single out advancements in medical treatments, procedures, and services. 4Life Research was handpicked as a featured guest because of its commitment to promoting progress in the field of health and medicine.
Hello, I'm Morley Safer. Healing practices and theories have changed significantly over the years. There's more emphasis now on prevention and wellness, and we're more aware of what we can do to help ourselves. Here's one of the latest ideas.
The immune system. While most of us know what its purpose is, not everyone knows what makes it tick. The blueprint is intricate, but at the core of its success is a simple messenger molecule known as transfer factor.
It's our immune system that generates a unique kind of memory from exposure to a microbe, be it natural exposure in the case like chickenpox, or in the case of artificial exposure of a vaccine. Immune memory is generated such that when that agent or disease comes along again, our immune response says, hey, I remember you, and mounts a very effective counter response. There is a transfer of that memory in the colostrum, or the very first secretion from the mammary gland, the transfer of immune memory from the mother to the newborn. That gives the newborn the benefit of that memory.
Because the immune system relies on its limited memory bank, many of today's modern illnesses can present health challenges. In an effort to increase that memory capacity, scientists have been able to isolate the transfer factor molecule and place it in capsule form as a supplement.
The nutritional sources of transfer factor include both cow colostrum and chicken eggs. The transfer factor molecule within the colostrum or the chicken egg is material that is not species specific, meaning that it would be useful no matter what the species was that provided it or the species that used it. It's a primitive part of the immune system that is not restricted in any way. The other materials found in the crude colostrum or the crude egg are specific to those organisms, and so we separate these materials, allowing us to obtain the transfer factor in its pure form.
The research that we and others are doing to enhance immune performance or immune ability, I think is central to longevity and quality of life. We know that diseases like cancer is a malfunction of the immune system. And so any supplement or nutrient that we can identify that improves immune function is going to improve the quality and longevity of our lives.
The immune system's network is one of many that supports our body's operations. As researchers work to increase its threshold, we may find it easier to cope with some of life's ailments.
Modern medicine continues to improve. As it does, those improvements will be featured on American Medical Review. I'm Morley Safer. Thanks for watching.
Transfer factor molecule has been shown to be equally effective whether it's injected as it was historically or taken orally. And that was a very critical thing for us because we are very focused on what is effective, not just what holds the hype and can be created in some kind of a marketing scheme, but it has to have the scientific basis and the validity associated with it. That's part of our role and part of our commitment to the consumer is to provide those things that are truly effective, that are substantiable by science as well as by experience.
Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there also is love of humanity.
Diagnosed with diabetes, and I have a hypertension, 220 over 120. My doctor told me that I am a walking time bomb already. Aside from that, I have also diagnosed with angina pectoris. That's another form of disease, heart disease. Well, first I took 2 capsules of transfer factor in the morning, 2 capsules in the afternoon, and another 2 capsules in the evening. Then after using that for almost a week, I have noticed a great changes in my physical condition.
That time, I was sick already. I was diagnosed having with ovarian cancer, stage 2. So, after that po, kinakailangan ko rin pong operahan. Naoperahan po ako ng October 2007 and yung pong aking oncologist, sabi po niya kinakailangan ko pong magpa-chemotherapy. November 28 po, 2007, dinala po nila ako sa For Life. Marami po akong nakausap ng mga tao doon, katulad ko rin pong may sakit na gumaling because of taking transfer factor. So, naging interesado po ako kasi sabi ko, hindi na ako magpapa-chemotherapy dahil hirap na hirap po ako noon eh. So, nag-decide na po ako. Kaya, nung time na in-invite po nila ako noong November 28, pag-uwi ko po ng bahay, I purchased transfer factor already. So, I start taking transfer factor November 28. And na-amaze po ako dahil 3 days lang po na ginagamit ko or iniinom po yung transfer factor, nagkaroon po talaga ng sudden changes talaga dun sa aking katawan. Kasi yung aking dating hindi ako makatayo, hindi ako makalakad, unti-unti pong nawawala yun. Pati yung pananakit ng aking hip bone, yung pananakit ng aking mga joints, yung aking mga tuhod. Na-amaze po talaga ako kasi totally on my first week taking transfer factor, nakaramdam po ako talaga ng sudden changes dun sa aking katawan. So natutuwa po ako dahil meron pa po palang produktong katulad nito na pwede pa po palang mabago yung ating health problems na kinakaharap sa kasalukuyan.
I learned about For Life nung minsan meron na akong health challenge and ini-ignore ko lang kasi I'm afraid, takot ako. Sabi ng aking doctor, I have a hyperthyroidism, which is, ang sabi ng mga doctor, is a graveyard disease. And nakuha ko yan because of my stressful na mga ginagawa. So, sabi ko, nakakatakot pala ito kasi isang araw babagsak ka na lang. So, nagdadasal ako, ay, paano ko kaya ito ma-resolve yung sickness ko? But then, marami na akong naramdaman kasi alam ko na may mga lymph nodes na tumubo sa likod ko and meron akong breast na may bukol. So, cyst. Siguro, sabi ng doctor, that is mga 2 months, parang papunta pa lang sa stage 2 or what. So, marami. So until such time nga na-meet ko nga yung kaibigan ko na from the States. So sabi ko, sige, kung totoo yan, nag-refer pa ako ng ibang tao bago ako uminom. So yung mga taong ni-refer ko, nakita kong umayos sila. And then, ako na lang, uminom na lang ako. That was year 2005. That was the time na confident na ako kasi nakakapagpahinga na ako. Nakakatulog na ako ng maayos. Kasi ang isang hyperthyroid, alam mo ba, na hindi ka nagugutom, kung pwede lang hindi ka matulog. Kasi ginagawa ko yan 48 hours hindi ako natutulog, kaya ko. It changed me kasi lumakas talaga yung aking sistema, kung saan yung trabaho ko mas mabilis na. So nawala yung agam-agam ko. Kasi on that 3 weeks time, yung pakiramdam ko ay umigit. It lightens my myself and my life. And alam ko na hahaba pa buhay ko.
Health is wealth, and the transfer factor may very well be a precious gem in your own treasure trove of wellness.
In the 1990s, 4Life founders David and Bianca Lisenby made a decision that revolutionized how millions of people around the world support their health. David knew that the immune system played a crucial role in good health and started researching ingredients to support the immune system. When he came across transfer factors in his research, he knew he was onto something important and had the vision to bring 4Life transfer factor products to the market.
As 4Life has grown, so is our opportunity to reach out and touch the lives of others. Today, 4Life products enhance the health of individuals and families in more than 50 countries. Now we'd like to show you how we make 4Life Transfer Factor so we can take it to the world. From the farm to your family.
Transfer factors were first discovered decades ago by distinguished immunologist Dr. H. Sherwood Lawrence. Dr. Lawrence, who was called an immunology pioneer by the New York Times, was highly credentialed in his field. Dr. Lawrence determined that transfer factors were derived from immune cells. In brief, he was able to demonstrate that he could transfer the factors that delivered immune knowledge from host to recipient. It was later discovered that these messenger molecules are universally effective and are not species-specific. David's research into transfer factors and the immune system led to 4Life's first product, Transfer Factor Classic, from cow colostrum. He later challenged 4Life's research and development team to discover another source for 4Life transfer factor products, chicken egg yolks. This discovery and the combination of 4Life transfer factor from both colostrum and egg yolk created an entire line of exclusive products. 4Life's exclusive ingredients include Ultrafactor XF from cow colostrum and Ovofactor from chicken egg yolk.
What we know today is that transfer factors play a crucial role in supplying knowledge to the immune system. These molecules are made by the immune system for the immune system. They support your immune system by teaching it how to recognize, respond to, and remember health threats.
4Life partners with dairy farms all over the United States to harvest cow colostrum. The majority of these dairy farms are family-owned businesses that have been handed down from generation to generation.
Cow colostrum is an essential component of 4Life's transfer factor products and acts as the base of 4Life Ultrafactor XF. You know, the dairy farms that we partner with care about the quality of the products they produce, just like we do here at 4Life.
4Life only uses Grade A certified dairies. All dairy farmers associated with 4Life are in compliance with the Pasteurized Milk Ordinance guidelines by the Food and Drug Administration of the United States, which addresses sanitation, husbandry, and other quality controls. Dr. Richard Bennett, a member of the 4Life Health Sciences Advisory Board, regularly visits the dairy farms to inspect the colostrum collection process and to ensure the implementation of 4Life's exacting standards of 4Life transfer factor production.
The cows on 4Life's partner dairy farms live in a low-stress environment that includes a regular milking schedule, computer-monitored nourishment, and food that's tested for quality and quantity. Creating a low-stress environment leads to greater production and higher quality. The cows have not been treated with any growth hormones. The colostrum 4Life uses is every bit as wholesome as the milk you drank this morning.
Dairymen extract several liters of colostrum from each colostrum-producing cow for use in 4Life's products. About a fourth of the available colostrum is extracted. The remaining 3/4 is used to provide essential nourishment from the cow to her newborn calf. The dairy farms birth cows all year round, which ensures a constant, fresh, and bioactive source of colostrum. The colostrum used in 4Life transfer factor is taken from the cow's first milking and collected within 16 hours after birth. This process ensures maximum potency of the beneficial colostral compounds.
People frequently ask me, do these young calves get enough colostrum? And the answer is they most certainly do. They get more than enough colostrum to support their healthy immune function.
After collection, colostrum is quickly frozen for storage until it's sent for processing. It's important to quickly freeze the colostrum to maintain the bioactive components. Colostrum is then transported in refrigerated trucks to the processing facility. All containers are sanitized before and after the process to ensure safety and to preserve product integrity. Each container is marked with a lot code that can be traced back to each farm. From the large freezer, the colostrum is transferred to a stainless steel tank where it's thawed, mixed, and tested again for quality. When the colostrum reaches a proprietary temperature, it's filtered to remove any impurities. Next, the fat is taken out of the colostrum using a separator. Now it's ready to be flash pasteurized in a closed system to help prevent any contamination from external sources.
Each lot of 4Life transfer factor is tested throughout the process to ensure that the quality meets our stringent requirements. Our strict standards mean that you and your family can place your trust in our products.
Our partner facilities adhere to high standards for cleanliness and sanitation. All employees are trained to follow rigorous quality controls.
4Life follows current Good Manufacturing Practices, or CGMPs, which are enforced by the Food and Drug Administration. Our partner facilities are independently certified and highly credentialed so that we can bring you the highest quality product available.
Good manufacturing practices provide a set of principles that must be strictly observed during the manufacturing process. 4Life's compliance with these federally mandated guidelines means that we continually validate our process to ensure a high-quality product for you.
Next, the colostrum is ultra-filtered using a proprietary process that is completely unique to 4Life. The result? Pure concentrated 4Life transfer factor. In order to facilitate the drying process, the concentrated 4Life transfer factor proteins and other peptides are added back to a specified amount of colostrum. The next step is to remove the liquid from the mixture using a low heat, low pressure, indirect steam drying process. This process preserves maximum bioactivity and maintains the integrity of 4Life transfer factor molecules. The result is a fine, free-flowing powder that we call Ultrafactor XF. The colostrum brings a wealth of benefits with additional immune compounds to the finished product.
We hold both a technique patent for the extraction process of transfer factors from chicken egg yolk and a method patent for the exclusive combination of transfer factors from chicken egg yolk and cow colostrum.
4Life's proprietary patents help protect your business. 4Life's process for obtaining OvoFactor, which is 4Life transfer factor proteins and peptides from chicken egg yolk, is next. The poultry industry operates under the regulations and standards of the United States Department of Agriculture. Hormones are not fed to poultry in the United States, and federal law requires that all egg products be pasteurized. The egg process begins with farm-fresh eggs being safely transported to a partner processing facility. Eggs are carefully cleaned and sanitized, with quality control checks being made throughout the process. High-speed machines automatically break and separate shells, yolks, and whites. Eggs are pasteurized, mixed, and refrigerated. This prepares the yolks for 4Life's proprietary ingredient processes.
As you've seen throughout this video, we test for quality in every step of the process. We ensure that each batch of product meets the highest quality standards. Our testing guarantees the potency and purity of our products. This protects both your health and your business.
Once product has gone through the filtering and drying process, it is ready to be shipped to 4Life's manufacturing facility. Here, the ingredients UltraFactor XF and OvoFactor are blended with 4Life's proprietary NanoFactor.
The formula for every batch of 4Life Transfer Factor is controlled through a master manufacturing record. The master manufacturing record is like a recipe that allows us to make a consistent and high-quality product in every batch and assures you that the product you sell will always meet the same precise standards your customers deserve.
4Life stands behind every product we sell, certifying the identity, purity, strength, and composition of every 4Life Transfer Factor product. The manufacturing process begins with receipt of each raw material. Each ingredient is tested and then weighed and measured according to the product formula. After all ingredients are verified, they are mixed according to procedure for a specific amount of time and speed to ensure product uniformity. 4Life's research and development team then tests the ingredient blend to make sure the product will encapsulate properly. 4Life is one of few companies to have invested in the equipment to take this extra step in the quality process. The 4Life Transfer Factor powder is released for encapsulation, where the precise amount of product is placed in each capsule.
We monitor the controls through the encapsulation process so that each capsule is within the correct measurement of product according to the specification. This leaves no doubt that you get the same amount every time.
All results are documented and reviewed. The 4Life Transfer Factor capsules are placed in clean containers which have been inspected. The bottles are heat sealed and labeled and sealed with a tamper-resistant seal. A unique lot code is applied to each bottle. This code allows us to trace the product all the way through the manufacturing and distribution process.
We hold all products until distribution so that we can ensure the identity, purity, strength, and composition of every 4Life product.
4Life's dedication to scientific advancements also includes suspension of transfer factor peptides in a liquid dietary supplement, 4Life Transfer Factor Rio Vita. Rio Vita is the only juice beverage on the market that's packed with both antioxidants and one-of-a-kind 4Life Transfer Factor support. Obtaining 4Life Transfer Factor from cow colostrum and chicken egg yolk is made possible through 4Life's continuing commitment to innovation in the field of transferceutical science.
It's an honor for me to be a part of this truly amazing revolution and to play a role in the advancement of transferceutical science. You know, it's a testament to David Lisenby's vision that he recognizes significance of the transfer factor research that served as a springboard to launch 4Life. And it's an honor for me personally to be a part of this exceptional company and to help lead the scientific charge as we continue the advancement of transferceutical science.
We will continue to innovate new products and set exemplary standards for all 4Life products.
4Life Transfer Factor comes from the family farm to your family. The health of your family is our #1 concern.
When you purchase products to support your health, you want only the best. And with 4Life Transferceutical products, that's exactly what you get. From the farm to your front door, 4Life provides you with the very best immune system support and nothing less than the highest quality products.
When you join 4Life, you become part of a company that offers a product and an opportunity that has the potential to change people's lives all over the world.
We own Transfer Factor, and when you partner with us, so do you.